I'm live. Oh, wow. Whew. Tired. My wife made me beautiful. What is this? Rice, broccoli. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm. I gotta figure out how to change that autofocus. I'm gonna show you my room. Some updates from the room. Get that up a little higher. Yeah, look at that guy. Pick the nose, pick the nose, pick the nose. Some boomerangs. Oh, there, boomerangs. This is probably not the best display. I'll just show you one. Well, I'll show you the one that I have art on. So, what it is, it's a fence picket. And I've just got some art on there. Random art. Randomness going on. And that's kind of my signature here. 3 dots and 3 dots in the back. I need to put a little hanger from there to there. Just kind of hangs it. But they are non-returning boomerangs. And I think they're cool. Just kind of like a thing you can hang on your wall. I've got a lot of them. I'm a fun guy. I'm going to show you this real quick. And then I'm going to put it away. But it is amazing. And this is what I put up at conventions. Well, that won't work. I'm going to tell you the story of this book. And the, oh, yeah, it's on my poster too. Bing. Right there. That is this. That is an artist named Brahm. Brahm said that as long as he gets, where's this? There it is. There's the signature. Brahm. As long as the contract read, as long as he gets his signature on there, and I only use it for this book, that's fine. And this is a collection of short stories. Adelfoy by Polly Hart. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. For Mom, I Miss You. And here are the stories. There's a lot of stories in there. So yeah. Good stories. I'm a writer. I'll read you the preface. You hear that? People that ride in the it's an abandoned railroad track that we have. Adelfoy is a form of the Greek word Adelphus, which simply means my brother, or more literally means progeny of my mother's womb. It is a combination of alpha and delphus, primary womb, and it is those from the same source of those who are of the same source that I am, meaning Nephilim, or whatever you want to call it. So I've got a whole bunch of little stories in here, and it's probably, I think, oh, here's some poetry. Do you want me to read you some poetry? Too bad. It's not why we're here. Got a whole bunch of books up here. Here's one of my favorites by me. The Word of Yahweh unto Enoch. A pseudepigrapha. And this one is signed by Noel Joshua Hadley. I think all these copies are signed by the guy who wrote my foreword, Noel Joshua Hadley. He has a pretty cool website, theunexpectedcosmology.com. Go check that out. It's one of my bestsellers. It is actually a translation, Testament of Job in Modern English and original translation by M.R. James. M.R. James was kind of like me. He liked to do a lot of cool translations as well as write fiction. Why are you there? Oh, I hope it doesn't break. Let's see what else I've got on the shelf. I've got Targum Jonathan by me. Actually, not by me. Targum Jonathan is by Jonathan, who kind of took the Bible, and this is in big font, so elderly people can read. He took the Bible and just he added what he believed were better or more scriptures to it. So, is it scripture? Is it scriptural? It's scriptural because it's scripture. But this is Genesis 1 through 25. Let's see. Got a couple more on here. Richest Man in Babylon. Continued Stories. George Clayson. Awesome writer. Oh, look. A free bumper sticker. George Clayson, awesome writer. He wrote The Richest Man in Babylon. And in his book, The Richest Man in Babylon, he tells the people, the characters, in 10 years' time, meet back with me here, and we can go over the thing. So my book is Continued Stories, and it's 10 years in the future. Put that bookmark back, free with every purchase. Oh, and it's signed by the author. Well, not George Clayson, but me. And some other books. No. Got some copies of My Flat Earth, my second Flat Earth book based on scripture. And these are all the authors. Where am I? There we go. These are all the authors in here. I still know a lot of these guys. They're still my friends. There's only one pen name in here, but it's very dense. Very dense. Very dense. You can read this whole thing for free at myflat.earth. So you can go there and check it out. Myflat.earth. And I know when I say flat earth, I don't literally mean flat, right? Like obviously I've seen mountains. I've climbed mountains. I've been in valleys. So it's not, but it's, according to the Bible, stationary and enclosed. So there you go. You really can't even see that. You really can't see that either. I can't pivot that camera. Oh, no, it's crooked. Oh, no. Problems. I'm having problems. So that's okay. We'll figure it out. That's worse. My room is still in the state of becoming, as you can obviously tell. Oh, yeah, I was going to do that. But first, more books. So, this is a book by one of my pen names. I've written 100 books, so I'm not going to go through all of them all. This is Jin Lin, Land Afar. This is book 3 in the series of Jin Lin. This is my wife's first and middle name. And signed by me to her. Happy birthday. And it's basically young adult YA. These are books that I have made before I published online. Copyright 2000. Indigo Darkburn. And art on all the pages. It's this really cool, funky, black artwork. Some white. And it's about a demon. A demon's parable. A demon's story. As he goes through the world without a master. Some interesting ones. Damn Satan. He's mad at Satan. Some cool stuff in here. And I've made these and I've oh, here we go. Huh? What's that date? Oh, that's the price, $4.50. So I've made these little books. Also made this one, The Computer Poet, Polyhart, 1995, going back in time. Computer Poet, writings, 6/24/95 to $830.95, and that's signed by Jerome and Gyro, who were the two guys in the band Mortal and also Fold Zandura. And it's just poetry. I got that signed at where? Cornerstone? 95? Yeah, 1995 at Cornerstone. Oh, all poems copyright. I probably heard. Yeah, and this one is called Poems from the Heart, and it's really hard to read. But that art is by my sister-in-law, Lisa Masthart. Sorry for the grubby fingernails. I was working, and then I was doing some more work, and then I did some other work after that work. Work. And I'm doing this for you because you guys are awesome. And it's a chat. It was my first chat book, 1992. 95. Again in 95. Oh, this one's also signed by Jerome and Gyro. But Lisa was so kind enough to do that art, and I think I have it as a spread in the middle as well, as a centerfold. Yeah, here's the art by itself, and my sister-in-law Lisa made that for me for this book, and it's kind of amazing. I actually saw it and I was like, "Hey, can I buy that?" And she's like, "No, but I'll make it for you. I'll make you something like it." All right, more books. Oh, here we go. See, I should organize my stuff, huh? So this is Jen Lin, The Light Within, Book 1 by Polly Little Deer. And this is Jen Lin, Surrounding Darkness, Book 2 by Polly Little Deer. That's me, one of my pen names. Here's my novel. Very, very dense, very, very awesome. Very, very dusty. By the Gates of the Garden of Eden. That's my signature there. And yeah, it was hard to write. There's a lot of words. But yeah. Chapter 102. Yeah, it is 335 pages. This is a tome of wonderfulness. This is a mop cover of the same book, one of my paintings. Why do I keep wanting to go that way? Because that's what the screen is. And what else do I have for you today? I'll just get the rest of the stack. But a couple more. Oh, here's another copy of Indigo Darkburn. A cleaner copy. And Coco the Dragon, my third pen name, Mr. Lee. And this is a children's book. I need to actually go back and get some more art for this. But Coco, this is like 6 stories, I think. Coco the Dragon. Let me do this one. My very first published book, Stupid Mind Tricks, which is funny. My very first published book and my one of my latest books both have the word stupid in it. Yeah. 2015, and dedicated it to my wife. And it's pretty good poetry. There's a couple of poems in here. Wait, there's one poem in here that's like PG-13. And I have this book, Farrell's Family Fables by children. These are the children and their mom and dad. And that is over here. It's Ruth, John, Aaliyah, and Abigail. And that's mom. There she is. And dad. So epic. And then I just kind of helped it to get helping together. JB, this is JB and his wife Naomi. They've been my friends for, well, a long time. So I'll read you one of these stories. The Horse and the Unicorn. There was a horse and a unicorn. They were best friends. Once they went to the park. They went to go to the swings, and they went and swung on it. They swung for about an hour. Then they wanted to play tag. They played that for an hour. And then their moms asked them to come over to them. They said it was time to go home. The unicorn and the horse were very sad. They didn't want to leave each other. So the moms said this to make them happier. They can have a sleepover. And they had the best time ever. The end. And these children wrote these stories. And I just kind of helped formulate them. And yeah, here they are. Here's a story. And I think I helped. Yeah, I think I wrote the story, but I gave them credit for it because they helped along. Sometimes you have too much gravy. I always eat gravy on my chicken and mashed potatoes, and my shirt gets wet. You should try it sometime. It tastes delicious. The end. I'm not even kidding. That's the story. And it's by all of us together. So you have that and another book of poetry. Book of Love and Laughter. This one buy for your grandmother because she's going to enjoy it. It's good poetry. It's pretty good. Nothing is a good poem. I'll read it to you now. Pretense meant nothing. When I looked into her eyes, gazing into coolness, matching spy for spy, she read me like a Bible, chapter, book, and verse. All the lines dried on my tongue, all the words rehearsed. Pretense meant nothing as I looked into her eyes. All I could do was think of love, and moments passed us by. Excuse me. This is a magazine that I did not make, but much of my stuff is in here. And it was supposed to be a magazine that went on for a while, but it only lasted one issue. And so Spiritual North, here's a behind the scenes and writing My Flat Earth book over there, over there. Yeah. By me. And Crow 777 has an article, Losing the Curve by Jeff Kramer. Ty Gordon. Adam Carter. Peter Lexa. Rusted Soul. They've just got some stuff in here. And then the SRO by Polly Hart. This is a beginning of a novel. So that's the second time I'm in here. And then I think I'm the only one that bought an ad. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I helped an ad. So Empires and Generals, my game is here. And with one of the cards. So I'm in here 3 times. So I was like, well, even though they only made 1 copy, I'll take it. Those are some books that I have made and one magazine that I've been in. Now, you didn't come here for all that. Oh, all right, here we go. Big reveal. It is 5:45. And I haven't really, you like my getup? I haven't really told you the whole story about this. But this. We can do the whole thing, man. Hold on. Oh. Haha. Yeah. So that hurts. Anyway. Oh, that hurts so bad. That hurts so bad. All All right, so I'm done with that. The last time I tried to put that together with one person, just me. So I've been unpacking some boxes and some paintings. I have a thriving business going downtown Savannah, Georgia, and talking about the history and telling ghost stories. I made this little sign on one of my poorer paintings, and it's just, just a piece of wood, an old shelving unit that I took apart. Nowadays I have QR codes, so I don't even use that anymore. Oh man, my finger hurts so bad. Oh wow. That hurt, man. Okay, kids, let's get real. Come on, focus. Thank you. Once the focus back there, doesn't it? Let's grab the focus, bring it up. My face. No, it still wants to do it back there. That corner's focused in pretty good. Okay, well, whatever. Grab the focus. I've got to get some software and focus it and just have it static focus. This is the book we're working on. Finally, you're behaving. Okay, this is the book we're working on. Let Go of Being Stupid and Gain Wisdom to Change Your Future. I have been going through it. I went through it today. Today I realized that in chapter I6, I don't have a conclusion nor a really good introduction. So I need to fix that. I'm going to tell you 2 stories of what I was working on today, and then that can be the gist, the heft of our discussion tonight. You know what? Strike that. I'll read you one story because this story is worth it. This story is worth it. Just this one story, because there's so much there. That's why I need to just kind of finish it. In conclusion, so I don't even have a conclusion. This is I6, and I is indigo. If you know anything about the rainbow, Roy G. Biv, indigo is, and we go off the 7 spirits of God, spirit of knowledge, and I call it investment incomes. And I6 is inconvenient convenience. And that's where we're at. It's 2 stories of convenience stores that I worked at. And the second story is really worth it. The year was 2001, and there I was at Village Pantry 446. We were brand new, the store, always busy, always made money hand over fist. With a full bakery, full deli, and hot bar, and a car wash, we were popular and lucrative. Saturday night was a very intense bake night due to all the church donut orders. I mean, brand new church, let's go ahead and order from the brand new gas station because they have a brand new bakery. My normal 200 item night, which is what I would do every other night besides Saturday night for Sunday morning, was instead of 200, I made 1,500. That's a lot of donuts, man. And this was the old school flip them with the donut sticks. So a lot of work. Certain churches would without fail, would order 5 dozen or so. Our best customers, as with all businesses, were repeat customers. Any baker with their salt takes great care to maintain the level of uniformity, beauty, and flavor of their product. For certain churches, I could mix and match their dozen orders, but for some, it was always the same. 3 dozen Boston-filled flour rise Bismarcks with chocolate topping. So boring. During the peak of my boredom of cooking over 1,000 of the same thing, I decided to get creative with the toppings. Now, sometimes they're like no coconut at all, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. No nuts. That's okay. Because this is kind of 2001, kind of before the massive nut allergy thing. So, you're like, well, okay, that's fine. So for dipping in donut, we have a large basin with the base flavor, usually chocolate. Our frosting could be placed in squeeze bottles, kind of like a diner mustard or ketchup bottle. I would dip the chocolate and draw a W because that was just quick. So I just have a line of them and just draw ziggy zaggies like Charlie Brown's t-shirt. Or I just put an X on them because then I can just go the whole row back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then sideways. So that everybody has an X or a pound sign or a hashtag or what do you want to call it. And I do that on the black ones. I do it with the white frosting, and all the white ones I do with black frosting. So easy, right? Because this is before, like, I mean, I'm making 1,500. I'm not going to spend time and make a green and a red and whatever. Except one night I became very bored. I got done really early. And as I was ahead of the time, I started drawing smiley faces. So smiley face, instead of one line or one zigzag to hit 6 to 10, depending on the size of the pan, you had to spend 1 and then 2 and then 3 lines on each one. So it took a little bit of extra time, but it was only around, as I came out, around 45 seconds per 6. That's okay. Well, the church was thrilled. They were like, wow, this is amazing. We have smiley face donuts. I didn't know that was a thing. So they increased their order to 6 dozen, some with raspberry and chocolate smiley faces. Then I just had to start doing red. And I was okay with it. I was ahead of the game. I was good at my job. Then I started putting them in the main case for walk-in customers. I was just make a lot of them. So it was only around, a little bit of extra time. But customers were thrilled to see them. Very thrilled. Nobody else in town had smiley face donuts. We didn't have a Krispy Kreme. Our demand was growing. Our profits were growing. Popularity bred an increase in money. But I was beginning to learn the secret of all gas stations. Lottery, tobacco, and other vices like sugar and caffeine are the bane of modern consumerism, but convenience is usually fun. Until I was sick. When I got sick, things changed. I was forced to take 3 days off. When I returned to work, the manager called me in her office with a written disciplinary action. I was like, what? What's this for? Evidently, since I had missed my normal Saturday night shift, I had made no smiley face donuts. Obviously, I wasn't there. I didn't make the donuts. Okay, I get it. Well, the other baker hadn't known of my secrets. Poor Lisa. She did not make smiley face donuts. She didn't know that she was supposed to for the churches. Well, the churchgoers missed the donuts, demanded that they receive smiley face donuts. Where's the smiley face donuts? Bring them back. This is a crime against humanity. Blah, 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 blah. Some of the customers went so far as to call corporate, which I was in West Lafayette, and they called Indianapolis. It's an hour and a half away. Indy, that's the main place. Whatever, man. They were angry and disappointed. They hadn't got their smiley face donuts at church. I guess I ruined their Sunday school or whatever. A company memo was written from corporate to all village pantries in all caps. No more smiley face donuts. Okay. The inner office memo was sent out. Simple W's or X's are the only approved designs. Like, what do you think? I was going to put a swastika on there? Come on. We evidently lost that customer to a competitor. We did. They went somewhere else. They went to the grocery store or wherever they went. I don't even know. But what would have happened if the corporation had leaned into the demand and rolled out the new smiley face donut? What if we had like a stamp or something? Just smiley face. Okay, you got a smiley face now. Would we have gained more market share? Yes. Would we have increased sales? Yes. Will we outshine the competition? Yes. Did we create a new trend? Yes. Because we ascribed the obvious emotion to our product that the sugar was intended to replicate, obviously, sugar makes you happy. Yes, yes, and yes. The convenience store lost, and so did I. And I took that disciplinary notice as a badge of honor. And again, I have no conclusion, but that's why you're here. You just didn't know it yet. You get the conclusion from the horse's mouth. So, what's the purpose of understanding the customer? What's the purpose of making a good product with, I'm not going to say pride because I don't like that word, but with integrity, with a sense of ownership, making something for someone else to give them happiness, and then doing it over and over and over, and then making sure that they are appeased, that they're honored. when you sell anything, that's when I'm selling this book. I'm selling this book for $70. And you're like, what the hell is wrong with you, boy? $70 is too much. Okay, well, let me tell you, a smart man can make $700 with this book. A wise man can make $7,000 to $70,000 with this book. My cats are trying to get in my door. No. So when I charge that much, I always say for anything you ever sell, if I'm selling you this Blackbeard Creek original seasoning, which I make, if I'm selling it to you, the value that you get should be more value than what you're charging. Okay, that's as simple as it is. The value of whatever, this muffin. The value of this muffin should be create more. Well, I'm not going to talk about grocery store grocery prices, but should be more value to me than they're charging. So if I'm hungry, if I want a little bit of a sugar hit, if I like cinnamon crumbles, then I'm going to feel like my value is $1.65. That's how much I would pay for this if it was an Otis Spunkmeyer package, right? This came in a 12 pack of muffins, and I think the average was around 45 cents for each one of these, which is great. So I'm increasing, what is that? Triple. Let's just say it's 50 cents and it was $1.50. So yeah, that's about triple the value of the thing that I'm getting as a customer for how much I'm paying out, right? So whatever you do, whenever you give a service or a product, make sure you give more than the expectation is in reserve, right? So if I'm washing your car and I'm going to charge you $50, I'm going to do about a $75 job or more, because services, you usually have to cut the margins. But labor, just a service, a cleaning service specifically for your car, if it was a mobile service, and I'm charging you $50, I'm going to give you a free air freshener. I'm going to shine your tires, right? I mean, I'm going to put the expensive stuff on your leather seats. I'm going to do more than what you expect because I am competing with that guy over there and that guy over there. So am I friendly? Do I smell awful? Like before I meet you, like as I'm cleaning the car and then I go to my truck to put my tools away, I'm throwing some deodorant on and putting some aftershave or whatever. I'm going to make sure I don't smell like a horse when I give you your receipt or ask for the money or here's my cash app or whatever. So more value. You always want to give more value to any customer, whether it's a good or a service, because really that's all there really is. Unless you're like a fiduciary and that, but even then that's a service. So if I'm managing your money, that's not a service. Well, then it is. So maybe it's a good or a service. Yes, it's a good and a service. No matter what I'm doing, I'm charging less than the value. Always, 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 always. When you have a demand for something, don't write a corporate memo saying you can't do that anymore. Duh. So Village Pantry was owned by Marsh and Indianapolis. You can go look up the history of Village Pantry and what happened to them and look up the history of Marsh. You're going to find some shady stuff going on. You're going to find some incredibly bad business decisions. I mean, the dad who owned the place made great business decisions. He wanted to sell milk. What did he do? He bought the delivery truck system, service, the whole enterprise. Then he bought the farm and he bought the people milking the cow. So everything was in-house. Genius. His son, not so much. Marsh's and Village Pantries all went down, like because I don't know what happened. You know, I don't even know if he just blew it all on cocaine and hookers or whatever. I'm just guessing here, but you have to continue on in the customer's demands. When Starbucks got heat for their Christmas mugs, they went straight red. They said, fine, we'll just go, Festivus for the rest of us. As in, when I got off of Seinfeld, that was at Kramer's, or George Costanza's dad, Festivus for the rest of us. Just kind of went blase blah, kind of like pan generic, because they listen to their customers. So that's the word. A little bit of a tour, a little bit of a talk about my book. Go get the book. It's on polyheart.com, upper right hand corner. And enjoy your night. Thanks for coming, because you guys are awesome. Eventually, all these talks are going to go on Patreon, and then You guys are blessed because you saw it live. This is not just a book. It is a life motto. It is a movement for me, and I'm going to continue on. I think what I'm going to do is take maybe the best section from each one and make a 1/10 size book and sell it for $7. Just take a zero off. But look at this table of contents. You're getting 70 chapters. 70 chapters. 70 chapters. That's $10 a chapter. I mean, that's $1 a chapter. I can't do math. So many stories. Let go of being stupid. It's my journey. Polly Hart had the letting go of being stupid before he was able to gain wisdom and change your future. Got two hands. Let me tell you right here. I'm going to read you the beginning of this book. I'm going to read you the verse that got it all started from Proverbs 8:5. Take heed unto knowledge, O you ignorant. Be wise in your heart, O you fools. That's it. That's what we got to do. We have to heed wisdom and let go of ignorance or stupidity or both or all of it. Be blessed. Don't be stressed. Do your best. He will take care of the rest. Enjoy your day. Bye.